If you haven't listened to this speech, I don't care what race you are, you gotta hear it. Because the number one thing I loved about this video was that it gave people a chance to unite as Americans. And I don't even like saying that. But it gave people a chance to have a conversation and unite as Americans by saying that we are underperforming and we need the black people to help us perform as a country. So I just got done watching President Biden talk about the Tulsa Massacre. If you don't know about the Tulsa Massacre, look it up. I don't care if you black, white, Mexican, Asian. This is important American history if you lived in this country. Now, I'd like to preface this video by saying that I don't support any president. I've never believed the government to be on my side. I've never believed the government to actually care about me. They don't know me. They don't know my family. But what I will say, though I am very unsupportive of our government, he said what had to be said. It is my personal belief that the government only caters to the black people when they feel like they need us for something. Is it just me? Or right before they need us for something, you know what I'm saying? They butter us up, right? In my opinion, it's all agendas. There was one point in his speech where he mentions that America is underperforming more than other countries. That we were previously outperforming other countries, but now we are being outperformed. And he used that as a way to unite Americans. So even you got to understand there's always a positive and a negative with anything. I don't care if it was for agenda. I don't care if they buttering us up for something. He is doing something that no president has ever admitted to. At least to my knowledge. He admitted that what was done to us in the past is still greatly affecting the society of today, economically, financially, our relationships with each other, everything from redlining, from how they did Tulsa after they burned it down. He talked about how they took highways and ran it through the middle. They talked about how they would give us higher insurance. He talked about how they systematically and purposely. He's literally admitting this to us. And all I see in the comments is worrying about who he is as a person. Sometimes you gotta separate the message from the messenger. We know. Maybe y'all don't know. Maybe it's just a belief. I feel like I know. President Joe is rocking with all them other people who with all that other stuff. You know, trafficking, pedophilia, closet racists. The thing is, I don't care about the messenger. That's what y'all not understanding. I don't care who said this. We needed a white guy in power to speak on our behalf. So I'm not saying support Joe. I'm not saying you should support our government. What I'm saying is he said what needed to be said. And through this, it might be a little violence. It might be a little, you know what I'm saying, aggression built up, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't want to hear that. But what you must know is that they needed to hear it. Not everybody gonna hear it. But when he says to his fellow white people, we need to support them and help give them more backbone structure. What I loved about this speech was that throughout whatever, it seemed to serve a purpose of getting certain people, I'm sure, to think on a different wavelength and pattern than they were before, I don't care who they was. It starts conversation and acceptance. He says you can't be silent. You know what I'm saying? And F Joe, F Trump, F Obama, F all of them. But truth is truth. No matter if it was coming from the devil mouth. Which it basically did. All of them some devils to me. You should never look to another man to save you. You should never have belief into another man to be your savior. Especially when he also added that he don't got as much power as y'all think he do. The president the face. And it's the mouthpiece. Yeah, could be an agenda. Sure, no, not could be. For sure a agenda. They don't do anything non-calculated. They know what's coming up. If you haven't listened to this speech, I don't care what race you are, you gotta hear it. Because the number one thing I loved about this video was that it gave people a chance to unite as Americans. And I don't even like saying that. But it gave people a chance to have a conversation and unite as Americans by saying that we are underperforming and we need the black people to help us perform as a country. We need them. That's basically what he said. Same thing them people in power been thinking since the before times. We need them for this. It's the same thing. But you got to be able to take the positive from a message that come from a negative messenger. I don't care who said it. It has to be said. And if you ain't heard that speech yet, look it up. Biden Tulsa Massacre speech. It speaks about the massacre that happened in Tulsa in the 1900s. We had Black Wall Street. We was organized. We had some sense. They burned it down. Didn't teach about this in school. Didn't hear nothing of this until a few years ago. Maybe 5 years ago, I heard of this for the first time. And this is the first president. This devil is the first president to admit what he admitted up there about how black people are treated past, how it affects us today, about all the systemic different things purposely done. He speaks on the KKK members being a part of the government, and he named some high numbers too of KKK members in the government, showing and allowing people to see who are in denial that this is done purposely. This is no accident. And I love that God allowed for some positive truth, negative truth, positive, whatever you want to call it, to come from this devil lips and cause more unity. And if not unity, at least a conversation that could lead to somewhere. Biden just planted a seed. And from this point, it's up to see how people receive. You always gonna have enemies. You will never be fully united. But as long as we all accepting of what's going on and willing to do something about it, whether it be the planet, black people, or what's going on over them seas, it's only up to go. So with that being said, I love you. Take care of yourself. Don't be overwhelmed or taken by what's going on in the outside world, because at the end of the day, Your world is the only one that matters. We talking about uniting, but at the end of the day, I go to my bed and you go to your bed. So when we out that bed, we gotta support each other. And at the end of the day, still know what's good for me. What I gotta do for me is what I'm gonna do for me. Do what you gotta do for others, but at the end of the day, you are the most important. There's nothing Joe can say or do to get you out of your situation. This is just a conversation. Don't look to no president, no police. They not you. They care about themselves more than they care about you. And there's nothing wrong with that, because I care about myself more than I care about y'all. And I love y'all, because y'all come and support my videos. Y'all come and support me. Y'all tell me when I help y'all out, that's the best thing in the world. That's beautiful. But at the end of the day, you still go to sleep in your bed, and I'm going to go to sleep in my bed. And tomorrow, we going to wake up and have a conversation about what we can do to further progress the evolution of the human race. Because we know the earth is, you can just say the earth on fire. Earth been burning forever. Ever since. And you know what I'm saying, ever since too. If you don't know, figure it out. Ever since. This world been on fire. But there are places to go that ain't burning, baby. And all the peace you can have is within your own mind. Love yourself. Forgive yourself. If you are of Caucasian descent, don't beat yourself. Just say something. Just say something.